Hello, welcome back. I'm trying to read about seaplanes, flying boats. But let's close the door. This weekend, September. I'm living in Scandinavia, up north, and September. We are in start of September, but it's like we have a heat wave. It's like 30 degrees hot, 27, so it's very hot outside, and 31 in my living room. But it's like this every day, I'm used to that. So this camcorder is low on power. I've been try to make some video in Danish about flying boats. So I need to make a video, and I did write all this down. So I'd like to read this and make a video about it after this in my language Danish. But I think this camcorder is close to run out of power. So it's not very long. I think I can do it. I will make a video in Danish after this.
Kawanishi H8K. H8K Kawanishi H8K2 at Kanoya Museum, Japan. Royal Maritime Patrol flying boat. National origin Japan. Manufacturer Kawanishi. Designer Shitsuo Kaikuhara. First flight January 1941. Introduction February 1942. Retired 1945. Status retired. Primary user Imperial Japanese Navy Air Service. Produced 1941-1945. Number built 167. The Kawanishi H8K was a flying boat used by the Imperial Japanese Navy Air Service during World War II for maritime patrol duties. The Allied reporting name for the type was Emily. The Kawanishi H8K was a large, four-engine aircraft designed for long-range and extended endurance on patrols or bombing missions, typically flown alone over the ocean. The prototype first flew in January 1941 and H8K-1s made their first combat sortie in March 1942. The robust H8K-2 Emily flying boat was also fitted with powerful defensive armament, for which Allied pilots had substantial respect wherever this aircraft was encountered in the Pacific theater. Aircraft historian René Francoeur called the H8K the most outstanding water-based combat aircraft of the Second World War. 1. Design and development. Tail gunner position, without gun. At the same time the type's predecessor, the Kawanishi H6K, was entering service in 1938, the Navy ordered development of a larger, longer-ranged patrol aircraft under the designation Navy Experimental 13G large-size flying boat. 2. 3. The result was a large shoulder-winged design that is widely regarded as the best flying boat of the war. 4. 5. 1. Despite this, initial development was troublesome, with the prototype displaying terrible handling on the water. Deepening of the hull, redesigning of the planing bottom and the addition of spray strips under the nose rectified the water handling problems. 6. 2 further prototypes, actually pre-production aircraft, joined their development program in December 1941. The engineers accepted the first production version as the H8K-1 Navy Type 2 flying boat, Model 11, of which 14 would be built. The improved H8K-2 variant soon appeared, and its extremely heavy defensive armament earned it deep respect among Allied aircrews. 7. The H8K2 was an upgrade over the H8K1 with more powerful engines, slightly revised armament, and an increase in fuel capacity. This was to be the definitive variant, with 112 produced. 36 examples of a dedicated transport version, the H8K2L, were also built, capable of carrying 62 troops. This aircraft was also known as SIKE, Clear Sky. The side defensive blisters, ventral defensive air hatch, and dorsal turret were discarded. To increase the available space within the aircraft, its hull tanks were removed, thus reducing its range. Operational history. H8K1 supplementary prototype number 2 taking off in February 1942. The H8K entered production in 1941 and first saw operational use on the night of the 4th of March 1942 in a second raid on Pearl Harbor. Since the target lay out of range for the flying boats, this audacious plan involved a refueling by submarine at French frigate shoals some 900 kilometers. 560 mi, northwest of Hawaii, en route. Two planes from the Yokohama K.I. Naval Air Corps, 8, attempted to bomb Pearl Harbor but, due to poor visibility, did not accomplish any significant damage. 6 days after the second Pearl Harbor raid, one of the Emilys was sent on a daylight photo reconnaissance mission of Midway Atoll. It was intercepted by radar-directed Brewster F-2 Buffalo fighters of Marine Fighting Squadron 221, VMF 221, and shot down. All aboard were killed, including Lieutenant Hashitsu Hijau, the lead pilot of the second Pearl Harbor raid. H8K2s were used on a wide range of patrol, reconnaissance, bombing, and transport missions throughout the Pacific War. The H8K2 was given the Allied code name Emily. Variants. A Kawanishi H8K2 Type 2 flying boat ashore. An H8K2 51-085 of the 851st QTI in flight, before being shot down by a U.S. Navy PB-4Y1, 2 July 1944. 10, 11, 12. H8K1 experimental Type 13 large-sized flying boat, 1313 H8K H8K, 1 prototype and 4 supplementary prototypes. Prototype was mounted Mitsubishi Mk4 KCE-11 engines. Supplementary prototype was mounted Mitsubishi Mk4 BKCE-12 engines. Supplementary prototypes were renamed Type 2 Flying Boat Model 11 on the 5th of February, 1942. Prototype was rebuilt to H8K1L in November 1943. H8K1 Type 2 Flying Boat, Model 11, 11 Nishiki H8K 11 Gate A, developed on the 5th of February, 1942. First operative model of series, 12 produced. Mounted Mitsubishi Mk4 BKCE 12 engines. H8K1L Type 2 Transport Flying Boat, Nishiki Istia, rebuilt from H8K1 prototype. Fitted augment exhausts. Up to 41 passengers. H8K2 Type 2 Flying Boat, Model 12, 12 Nishiki H8K 12 Gate A. Developed on the 26th of June, 1943. Mounted Mitsubishi Mk4 QKCE 22 engines and improved tailgun turret. Latter batch was equipped with air surface vessel, ASV, search radar, armed removed side gun blisters. 112 produced. 13, H8K2L Psych, Clear Sky, Model 32, 32 Psych 32 Gate A, transport version of H8K2. Initial name Type 2 Transport Flying Boat, Model 32. Armaments were 1 forward-firing 20mm cannon and 1 rearward-firing 13mm machine gun. Up to 64 passengers. H8K3 Provisional name Type 2 Flying Boat, Model 22, 22 Nishiki H8K 22 Gate A, experimental version, H8K2 modified. Equipped with retractable floats in wingtips, Fowler flaps, sliding hatch side gun locations in place of the blisters and a retractable dorsal turret, all in an effort to increase speed. 2 prototypes only, work number 596 and 597. H8K4 provisional name type 2 flying boat, model 23. 23 Kawanishi H8K 23 Gate A, H8K3 re-engined with 1825 HP Mk4T Mitsubishi KCE25B engines. 2 converted from H8K3. H8K4L provisional name Psych, model 33. 33 Kawanishi 33 Gate A, transport version of H8K4. Only a project, because all H8K4s were lost in March 1945. G9K proposed land-based attack bomber variant, only a project. Operators: Empire of Japan, Japan, 11, 14, Imperial Japanese Navy Air Service Seiki QTI, Seibo QTI, Takuma QTI, Yokohama QTI, Yokosuka QTI, 14th QTI, 801st QTI, 802nd QTI, 851st QTI, 901st QTI, 902nd QTI, 951st QTI, 1001 ST QTI, 1021 ST QTI, 1081 ST QTI. Miscellaneous Yokosuka Naval District, 11th Naval Air Arsenal, 11th Air Fleet. Kamikaze Azusa Group, picked from 801st QTI, guidance only. Surviving aircraft: a captured Japanese Kawanishi H8K Emily taking off at the U.S. Navy Naval Air Test Center at Patuxent River, Maryland, United States in 1946-47. 4 aircraft survived until the end of the war. One of these, an H8K2, work number 426, was captured by U.S. forces at the end of the war and was evaluated before being eventually returned to Japan in 1979. It was on display at Tokyo's Museum of Maritime Science until 2004, when it was moved to Kanoya Air Base Museum at Kanoya Airfield in Kagoshima. The submerged remains of an H8K can be found off the west coast of Saipan, where it is a popular scuba diving attraction known erroneously as the B-29, or Emily. Another wrecked H8K lies in Chuuk Lagoon, Chuuk, in Micronesia. This aircraft is located off the southwestern end of Dublin Island. Specifications: Kawanishi H8K2. Kawanishi H8K3 data from 15. General characteristics: crew 10. Length 28.13 m, 92 feet 3 in. Wingspan 38 m, 124 feet 8 in. Height 9.15 m, 30 feet 0 in. Wing area 160 square meters, 1,700 square feet. Empty weight 18,380 kilograms, 40,521 pound. Gross weight 24,500 kilograms, 54,013 pound. Max takeoff weight 32,500 kilograms, 71,650 pound. Power plant 4 Mitsubishi Mk4 QKCE 2214 cylinder air-cooled radial piston engines, 380 kilowatt, 1850 HP, each for takeoff. 1253 kilowatts, 1680 HP, at 2,100 m, 6,900 feet, 1,148 kilowatt, 1,540 HP, at 5,500 m, 18,000 feet. Propellers, 4-blade constant speed propellers. Performance. Maximum speed, 467 kilometers per hour, 290 miles per hour, 252 kn, at 5,000 m, 16,000 feet. Cruise speed, 296 kilometers per hour, 184 miles per hour, 160 kn, at 4,000 m, 13,000 feet. Ferry range, 7,152 kilometers, 4,444 mi, 3,862 mi. Service ceiling, 8,850 m, 29,040 feet. Time to altitude, 5,000 m, 16,000 feet, in 10 minutes 12 seconds. Wing loading, 153.1 kilogram /m2, 31.4 pound /square feet. Power /mass, 0.225 kilowatt /kilogram, 0.137 HP /pound. Armament guns 520 mm, 0.787 in. Type 99 Mark I machine gun, 1 each in bow, dorsal, and tail turrets, plus 1 each in 2 waist blisters. 57.7 mm, 0.303 in. Type 92 machine guns in fuselage hatches. Bombs, 2,800 kilograms, 1,800 pound. Torpedoes or 2,000 kilograms, 4,400 pound, of bombs or depth charges. Avionics Mark 6 Model 1 ASV radar. See also aircraft of comparable role, configuration, and Aeroblom and Voss BV 222. Boeing 314 Clipper. Consolidated PB2Y Coronado. Martin PBM Mariner. Short Sunderland. Short Seaford. Related lists: List of aircraft of World War II. List of military aircraft of Japan. List of flying boats and float planes. References. Notes.
Good. But the camcorder's out of power. I need to charge the camcorder. It's 2 p.m. I will make a video about this in my language Danish, but I will not do that today because this camcorder needs 24 hours to charging. So it's 31 degrees hot. Let's open my balcony door. Drink some water. I'm trying to make some video of my language Danish about seaplanes, flying boats, but we have to continue tomorrow. The video splits in 1 minute. We have to stop the video, and the power is flashing. The video splits in 20 seconds. 31 degrees hot. So I will stop the video.